So, Brother Gregory, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
You hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you sound
okay.
good. I'll give you a response to this latest thing going on. It's this rapper, very popular rapper, singer named Nicki Minaj. She recently released a single called "Looking Ass Niggas," and Looking Ass Niggas. And on the cover for her CD or song, she has the famous picture of Malcolm X posing, looking outside his window with his gun. And people think that's totally inappropriate, but her using that picture, the iconic picture of Malcolm, for a song entitled "Looking Ass Niggas."
And you want my response?
Yes, sir.
It's the first time I heard of it, but, I've seen that picture used, many times. And so I think you should call a lawyer and find out, is that public domain? And do she have the rights to it? We're talking about it, but we don't know if she's bought the rights to it or what. I would say I doubt it, but it might be more to it than we think,
And she said she made an apology. She released some statements that made an apology to the family and to the estate. So I'm guessing she don't have rights to the picture. But she, in her defense, she was saying how it's kind of like Malcolm. She's looking out against her enemies, protecting herself against her enemies. That's the way she related to the icon. So I just thought that was interesting because she is the protege of Lil Wayne, the guy who did a lyric about beating the pussy up like somebody look like Emmett Till. That's her protege.
Yeah, well,
that's her mentor.
First, it could be white companies behind that. First, before I could make a comment, I had to know what company she's with, who released it, because if it's a major company, then they know they know what they're getting into. They know if she has a right for that thing. No company is going to put themselves in a position to be sued. And so I'm saying, if that's what it is, and it could be a little derogatory thing, and if that's what it is, then, we should research it, find out, is she with a company? How big is the company? Ain't no big company going to let her put something out that leaves their back open for a lawsuit. And the family, has a right, if there's a legal violation, to go in and cease to exist. You go into federal court, and here's where you stop it. The U.S. Marshals can go in and confiscate every record out there if she's in violation of trademark law or patent law or the right to use the picture. No. And then once you stop millions of records that's in the warehouse, you send them a message. But that seems kind of funny. You got the Simmons guy did the derogatory thing. You got Lil Wayne, her, So it looked like that's a pattern, And it started out with Cedric the Entertainer in Barbershop. Were you aware of that?
Yes, sir. I remember seeing that movie.
The line, King, what did it say? King ain't nothing but a punk. And Rosa Parks didn't do nothing. She was just too tired to move her big, fat black ass. Well, she's not black. So that's some white boy that wrote that in the movie. And black folks flocked to the movie. I mean, I look around one day and there he's invited to the White House, huh? And so, that could be. You see, you also must remember one thing. When they do something derogatory at that level, they're trying to reach the young folks. Okay? They're trying to reach the young folks who have that big old buying power. And it ain't no accident. That's the group. How would your grandma? I hadn't heard of it till you told me. So how would the older black folks?
What's interesting, Brother Greg? A lot of younger black people are offended. Some like people that know about Malcolm, that read the books and stuff like that. They are very offended. They led protests, boycott. They called for a boycott of Nicki Minaj and her work.
Yeah, well, that should be good, but it shouldn't stop there. It's white folks behind it. Why are we going to punish just the black folks and stop?
Mm.
You know? That's why I say find out what company she's with. You know, some of that work depends on us to find out. You know, I mean, the Black Social Network hit what's the guy that did the thing? The big movie guy.
The big movie guy?
No, the black guy.
An actor?
No. He had record producers and all of that.
Oh, Russell Simmons with Harriet Tubman.
Him so hard, man. He started giving out money to black colleges for scholarships.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
You know, so that's what I would do. And then you can't talk about her without saying that's why we need to love brothers like Stevie Wonder, who didn't wait to get a consensus the first day that stuff hit. With Tavon, he said he will not work, the state of Florida. And so every month I go and buy 5 Stevie Wonder records and give them to friends and tell them to tell people to buy, you know? And it's also, and so that's what we have to do.
You know, the irony you was talking about, the Nicki Minaj thing, the Malcolm situation. I think it was a school in New York recently that banned Malcolm X being taught in the school. And you said how these people try to target young people and also keep the young folks ignorant of the history.
Well, why wouldn't they? Why? Can you imagine some Jews, you know, sitting complaining because Hitler tried to keep the Jews from that? That's if I hate you, why do you expect me to do something nice? Huh? But they can't do it. That's what happened with the Malcolm X movie. After Malcolm, look, nobody was doing no more white colleges now. You couldn't get on a white college campus for white folks wearing the X. Okay? After that movie, it makes it disappear, man. You know why?
Why?
We only knew the one side of Malcolm. The movie showed the jail part, the pimp,
Yes, sir.
the hustler. So everybody now got another side. They got, oh my God, you know, the subconscious. The subconscious. And so,
you know what interesting about the Malcolm thing when you talking about rap and hip hop? It was ironically it was the hip hop folks, the rap folks that really brought Malcolm to the younger people back in the '80s. I'm talking like people like Public Enemy and the X-Plan and KRS-One.
Is this the government? Huh? Is this the government? You know how many black folks they use? And so I'm saying, you know, we just can't look at it at the surface, you know, and just look back at her. You know her well. I mean, her work. Has she had other works that's derogatory to blacks?
Oh, Nicki Minaj?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I mean, her name, Minaj is why, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying that's another world, huh?
Yes, sir.
And if somebody don't call me and tell me, I don't know. So I'm saying, is this the first time she did something like that?
Well, to this extent, I mean, she always caused controversy. I mean, that's part of her shtick. You know, that's her publicity. And it's not, people say there's no such thing as bad publicity. So she's good at marketing herself through controversial means.
It's bad publicity if you get shut down.
Yeah, bad business, yes, sir.